line. Stevenson looks to the inside. Dane Klinger on the outside in the third spot, and he'll stay there. Wow, you got PDF Wall running 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, contact, and around comes Fred Mankey. Stays on the throttle, and we will stay green. Lap number 2. Oh, trouble. Trouble in 3 and 4. Dane Klinger. Just his second race in the Champer. Dane up quickly. And already going to work trying to get that machine out. The last time we saw Dane was during the Decker Triple Crown Final. And he had an incident going into 3 and 4. Hood went flying in the air. Dane went skidding across the ice. To everybody's surprise, Hood got back on the sled. He got up and finished the race. Sled was banged up and not competitive, but he was able to finish the race. Got in the money. And right now looking over the Champer. First time on a Champ sled adapting from the F500. It was a guy racing that really has limited experience racing snowmobiles. He's come over from other disciplines of racing, but he has taken to it like a penguin to ice. Saw him win 3 of the 4 qualifiers in the Decker Triple Crown. Was going for the lead, had an incident. Rumors started circulating that he would be going up a class during the course of the week. Some maybe were thinking, well, that'll be in the next season. But no, it was right away, joining the PDF team with his brother. Sled out of the bales. And we'll see if he need to board or not. Next up for our USSA racers, staff, and fans, the banquet coming up March 22nd. Once again, Jefferson Street Inn in Wausau. Kind of a hub for a lot of racers in that particular area. So join us. We have a good meal always at the Jefferson Street Inn. Get to mingle with the drivers, talk racing. It's a very good time. So that's the 22nd of March. This will end the 25 Pro Star Series this weekend. Pro Star Cup with that final race on March 1st, Saturday, as part of the Canadian Power Toboggan Championships. And that'll put the wrap on our entire USSA season. Tomorrow's going to be a fun day, I think. We got a mixture coming up. We'll be joining PVR. Last Saturday and Sunday, we watched them from afar as our tracks were neighboring at the Snowdio. We will watch them close up. As the show tomorrow will be a little bit unique with the 2 sanctioning bodies sharing track time. Well, back on the 9. Sled continuing on, rider continuing on. So tomorrow, I think starting 9:30, I do believe. 9:30 start tomorrow. I think USSA starts it off. Then it'll be like sugar and spice. We'll be mixing things in. PVR will take the track for a section. We'll come back. And more racing on Sunday. Complete PVR show. So that's the World Series lineup. Fun to come back to Eagle River. And as I said earlier, fun to see snowmobiles. There's a trail that goes right by the track. Once upon a time, I went trail riding on snowmobiles in Eagle River and went right by the track. And there is just something cool about that, you know, riding a snowmobile and going past where the world champion is crowned. So if you are watching on Flow, and you kind of think snowmobile racing or snowmobile riding might be something you'd like to do, there's lots of places here that rent snowmobiles, lots of places to stay, beautiful country, a trail system with the neighboring towns and villages that is pretty close to about as good as you can get. I would say it might be worth your while to give it a try. And you know what? After a day on the trails in Eagle River, hot toddy around the fire, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Cannonballs in the hot tub. Yes, that too. That too. So it's always fun to come up. And the summer, too, for that matter. There's a racetrack here on Tuesday nights, not very far away, stock car track. Chris Plasky, we mentioned this several times, but I know we got a new audience who we'll see in a little bit with the Outlaws. The 19 races a late model there in the summer. They race on Tuesday night, and the place is packed. Illinois plates comprise, I guess, half of the parking lot because you have so many people that are here on vacation. It's a Tuesday night. So they go watch stock car races at the Eagle River Speedway. I'd do that. Yeah. So year-round activity here in the area. So we did get a lap in before Dane went on the slide. So we'll get him fired up and go for 6. First final of the day again is next. That's race 15, the F500 women. We have heard Araya Plasky has landed in Eagle River, so we'll see in a bit if we have a race 19 and a 19A. It depends. If all 8 are on the line, there'll be 2 heats. If we're short, it's going to be 1. Staggered start. As there is a lap in the book. So the leader after 1, Reed Klinger. Blaine Stevenson will become next. His teammate is the 111. That's Tanner Foss. Fred Mankey in the 11. 31, or rather the 4 of Ryder Riddell. And after bringing out the red, you've got the 9 of Dane Klinger, who's going to continue on, but of course has to start from the tail end now. So the Klinger brothers are first and last to get this one going. 6 laps remain. Green. Pretty good start for Fred Mankey. Moving to the outside quickly is Blaine Stevenson taking a run at the top spot, and Reed Klinger, and here comes Blaine in the 102. Side by side for the lead, side by side for third. Klinger going to hold him off, drifts high. Whoa, Blaine outside and in. Had a little wiggle wobble, but the 102 on charge mode right now, and here he comes to the inside. Stevenson inside, Klinger is outside, and it will be Stevenson to hang on to the lead. Klinger sandwiched in between the Wall Brothers Racing teammates. Fred Mankey then 4. Dane Klinger seeming to be no worse for wear, up to speed pretty well on the number 9 sled. Might have a battle coming up for 4th right now. Mankey there, Dane Klinger right behind. Meanwhile, up front, it was pretty contested for a while, but not so much now as Blaine continues to pull away. From Minnesota, but this is probably like coming home so many good nights of racing for this guy here at Eagle River, the 4-time champion. Working it through 3 and 4. Nice sight ahead, that white flag as he takes a peek back at Reed Klinger and Tanner Foss. Dane Klinger got close to Fred Mankey, but Fred settling in the 4th position. And it strengthens it that time on a 1 and 2. Checker set to go, and it will be Blaine Stevenson with the win. Blaine, the point leader in the Cup Tour, coming in. That's his 13th round win of the 24-25 campaign. And we have our first final. First final of the World Series. From Wausau, Wisconsin, Jocelyn Rathke will be out in the 30. And from Dayton, Minnesota, Hannah Cook, the 757. This is the women's F500, meaning that everybody's on the same base sled. Polaris chassis, Polaris engine. They can doll them up any way they like. So you see sleds that look a little more futuristic, sleds that look more retro. Up to the builder, up to the team. Hannah Cook to the inside, Jocelyn Rathke to the outside with the two sleds. We're going to go 3 laps. Great. Here we go. Jocelyn quickly through 1 and 2. Certainly, in terms of laps around racetracks, Jocelyn with a significant amount more than Hannah. First lap in the books. Three laps go by in a hurry. Up to a nice advantage for the 30. Works that low line, and one more left to go for Jocelyn. She's a very accomplished racer. Very young, accomplished racer. Pro Light, up at the champs, runs the F500 as well. And today's final, and I would say the series championship, will go to Jocelyn Rathke. And good solid finish for Hannah in the 757. Event number 16 is next, F440 Fan. Got a couple of racers coming up for that. First time we will see them today. Then another final, the Formula 3 final. That one will be a 7-lapper. Race 18, final qualifying round for the F500 group. And then race 19, which could turn into a 19 and 19A, depending on how many Outlaws show up. I think Araya is here, but we've had some mechanical issues for a couple, so we will see. After that, race 19, we will go to a track grooming session, which, as you've probably figured out by now, means Pro Champs would be coming up after that, their third qualifying round.
How do you want to run these through 5 laps?
This is the F440 fan class. We've got a couple of entrants today. Spencer Sears, who is the point leader. He's from St. Francis, Minnesota, on a Polaris. And Braden Son from Merrill. Braden also is a Polaris racer. We just heard split heat for the Outlaws. So all 8 are on the line, the way it sounds in the paddock for the Outlaws. So we'll have a 19 and a 19A. More bang for the buck. First in the line, that is Braden Son in the 34, and Spencer Sears is the 3. Saw his brother Hunter earlier on the Pro Champ, and we'll see him again before too very long. Spencer, our point leader on the season in the F440 fan class with a couple of final wins. Ranks down a little bit to just 2 here for the World Series. Scheduled for 5, going to let him go for 5. Braden staying close as they put lap number 1 into the books. Good corner there for Spencer. Extends that lead a little bit. He is the point leader coming in. Braden was 3rd in points coming in, but a mainstay, Randy Oliver, not here today. So Braden going to leapfrog him in the point standings. Spencer, good start, but whoa, around he goes, and there's an off.
Red flag. Red.
Hands come up, that means, yep, I'm fine. Ego bruised a little bit, but I'm fine. Two laps complete, scheduled 3 to go. I said two laps complete, 3 to go, pending the restart. And yep, Spencer's got it fired up, no problem. Okay, got the call. Green-white checker coming up. So we will go 3. So Braden comes up first. Well, when you have to go to the back of the bus, and the bus is not that long, it's not too much of a penalty. Spencer making up ground quickly, about 3 sled lengths behind Braden. They'll come around and see the white this time. Ooh, a little bit of a whoop right there. Braden knocked off his stride a little bit, opens the door, and Spencer will go through. Tucked down on the low side. Swung up a little high, did Braden. That extends the lead for Spencer Sears. Going to get through that nasty little third turn. Up, there he goes. And to the checker. His third win or his first win this weekend here in the heat. And it is Spencer Sears. All right, Formula 3 final, the Saturday edition, run on Friday of the F3s. We'll have Gavin Peterson as your pole sitter. That's the one from Chisago City, Minnesota, on a Skidoo. Matt Gady, another Skidoo MXZs from New Germany, Minnesota, is the 28. Blaine Stevenson from Hutcherson, Minnesota, a 600R Polaris, is the 102. Tanner Foss from Middle River, Minnesota, teammate in a Wall Brothers Racing Polaris, to Blaine, the 111. Ezra Grauman from Medford, Wisconsin, on a Polaris will be next in line. Dustin Schwant from Fox Lake, Wisconsin, a ZR 6000R Arctic Cat. Mason Schutte in his first USSA final from Eagle River, 600R Polaris, is the 48X. Connor Stern from West Chicago, Illinois, the Skidoo number 220. And from Kewanee, a ZR 6000 SX Arctic Cat for Jordan Siebold, the 128. That is your lineup for this 7-lap Formula 3 final. Here's Gavin Peterson first. Matt Gady next. Scene of a few world championships on an F3. Blaine Stevenson to the inside of him. Teammates going to go side by side the way it looks. Tanner Foss moving inside. Ezra behind him will choose to go inside. Dustin Schwant next. Here's Schutte, Stern, and Siebold all the way to the outside. World Championship class running for USSA points. Yep, got to heat him up a little bit. Little calisthenics in the meantime for Rico. Lined up. Staged and racing. Foss and also Gady first into the throttle. It is Gady who will take him through the corner, and Matt Gady quickly to the lead. Dustin Schwant with a good start into second. Tanner, little trouble in the corner. He makes the save. Stevenson ahead of his teammate, running third and fourth. They're chasing the Arctic Cat of Dustin Schwant. Schwant slides up high. Here comes Stevenson to the inside. All that dicing for position, allowing Matt Gady to edge away. Gady will lead lap 2 with a quick look back. Stevenson into second. Here comes Foss after Schwant now for third. Gavin Peterson closing on him as well, running in the 5th spot. Then Stern is 6th. Hard into the corner and down the front stretch. Gady way up high that time of the 28. Foss makes a move on the inside of the 111. Dirt tracking around. He'll slide her through. Schwant fighting him off. Watching what's going on ahead in 5th is Gavin Peterson. Not a battling 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Foss getting by in the 111. Ahead he sees his teammate in the 102. Ooh, a little trouble in the corner there for Schwant. Allows Gavin Peterson to pull right up in his sled tracks. Peterson to the inside of Schwant, and Gavin going to pick up a position as he will go into 4th. 6 are in the books as Rico heads to the white. 1 more lap to go for Matt Gady. Nasty crash a few weeks ago. Coming back from a concussion. And some bruised ribs issue, and we got trouble in the corner. Checker coming down. Red flag in the corner. Checker in. So that race is over. Not everybody got across the line, but the race is over. Checker flew before the red flew anyway. Everybody had taken the white. So in case you were wondering, yes, he is back. Matt Gady, 2-time world champion with a finals win here on Saturday in the Formula 3. Ezra Grauman in the last lap, the 61, kind of noses it into the bales. Looks like Ezra will be able to drive it away. A little bale repair. And we should be good. And he is. Race number 18 next. Then we will have 19, and we understand a 19A. So all of the Outlaws are present and accounted for. So this will be a 5-lapper to complete qualifying for the F500 class. Everybody in the show, obviously, today, so it would be just who gets called to the line first and where that particular person wants to start.
Kubota High Limit Season 2 is here. The dirt track series that shook the world is back. Bigger, faster, and ready to make history. It all begins under the bright lights of Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada on March 13th. Kubota High Limit is over 60 races with nearly $6 million on the line, and the series that lets drivers call their own shots. Missed last year's action? Catch up with Dirt Season 2 on Flow March 12th. High Limit isn't just about competition, it's about freedom, where the best go head-to-head without limits. Join Brad Sweet, Tyler Courtney, Rico Abreu, and the biggest names in dirt racing as they battle for glory and take fans along for the wildest ride of the year. From the first green flag to the epic finale, High Limit is more than racing, it's a movement. Kubota High Limit is all in.
Has been a Wall family tradition for more than 40 years. Being racers themselves, Dermont and Dave have been hard at it since 1981. Hard work, testing, technology, and racing continue to be a huge part of their success. If you race, race with Wall Brothers. Polaris back again for 2025, a longtime sponsor of the USSA. The Polaris Racing Division sees the value in all we do in ice oval racing. As they learn, we learn. 365 Power Sports carries snowmobile parts and apparel, and they do support local racers. When you buy from them, you know they will stand behind what you have purchased. Taking a little longer than I thought. Had to do some fence mending. All right, now I think we're good to go. World Series of Racing, we've been trying to do this now for 3 years. Talked earlier about getting warmed out, if that is a term, we'll coin it, of Manawa the last 2 years. We've been warmed out of the World Series for 2 years, so this is the first time in a bit that the United States Snowmobile Association has been able to accomplish getting all of our events in. Thank you, Mother Nature. With one slight exception, we did have up in Ironwood, second day, started to snow. Lake effect snow was pretty heavy. We had some ice dust because it was really cold. So we didn't get the full show in. So for the Pro Champ Series, we'll come down to points in 3 events as we didn't get that 4th one in. But other than that, let's see. We had pretty good weather. We had no viruses taking down half the country, and it turned out to be a pretty good season. The F500s, they are a-rolling. Been a pretty good start to the World Series for Max Piscula. The 288, couple of round wins. Jim Jensen from Waukesha is the 1173. I think the second week Jim's been with us. Connor Bauman, a mainstay throughout the course of the 2024-25 season, the 99 from Mosinee. Colton Abraham also been with us for the duration from Wausau. He's on the 22. Derek Meyer, the 10, registering appearances, even though one ended up having to be a starting park due to an injury. And Colton Pershaw from Oconomowoc with us for the first time this year, the 55C. That is your lineup for F500. The pro class, the sport class, is tomorrow. A couple of more entries there. Derek Meyer this time, first to the line. Here's Colton Abraham, the 22. Connor Bauman, the 99. Going to the inside is Colton Pershaw, the 55C. Max Piscula, and then on the extreme outside, we have Jim Jensen. This is a 5-lapper. And their last chance to improve their starting position before getting into the final. Green. Meyer and Abraham, I think, first two into the throttle, and it's going to be Meyer who will just edge out Colton through 1 and 2, and Derek Meyer to the top spot. Abraham second, then Bauman, and here comes Max. Not too hot off the line that time. He had been up front. Pretty good starts in rounds 1 and 2. Lap number. Connor Bauman, the 99. If you're new to snowmobile racing, I know we might have some fans with us on FloRacing that we don't normally have. There's an incident. Rider gets up. He throws both hands up in the air like that. He's telling everybody, I'm okay. So Connor going to get on, see if he can get that thing fired up. You can see liquid out of there. The lube tank going to be a little less full after it came over. So there's Connor. Seems no worse for wear, sled and rider. Sled stopped in the back stretch. They can't do any kind of repair under red unless the driver would maybe be able to do something on his own with something on his person, whether it be a part or a tool. No help allowed by crew members. So we didn't get a lap in. It will not be a staggered start. Because he brought out the red, 99 Connor Bauman now will have to start right where that orange cone is in the second row. Out of the penalty box. He's in the penalty box. All right. A lot of people that aren't hockey fans were last night, I think. Yeah. Yep. So we'll incorporate some hockey terminology. Full 5 laps to go. Keep an eye on Connor coming from the back of the bus. Green. 3 together. Pershaw with a good start. Looks a little bit like the last attempt. Derek Meyer edging ahead of Colton Abraham. Pershaw running third. We're going to have a snowmobile on the inside out of 2. Will stay green. Look at Colton Abraham coming now on that inside line. Colton almost able to pull even and past. Here he comes again, looking to the inside of Derek Meyer as the second lap goes in the books. After the spill, the 99 seems to be fine. Short the 288, who is stopped behind the snowbank. So after two very good opening rounds, Max in the 288 sidelined here, and he's going to get a DNF in the third round. Connor catching Jensen, and Bauman will go into fourth. Ooh, a little trouble through the corner for Persha. Now he's got it straightened out. He'll come around to see the white. One more lap to go for Derek Meyer. Double duty for Derek today, running that junior sprinter. We'll see him a little bit later on again on that machine. Strong here in the F500. Checker will fall, and Derek Meyer will get the win. At the closing bell, just by literally the ski tip, Colton Persha will hang on to the third spot. And finishing in the fourth position then will be Connor Bauman. Now we are anticipating a 19 and a 19A. Yep, I just heard the official word from the paddock. There will be two heats, 4 and 4. So we should see then Joe Schneider and Tom Stoltman on the front row, a couple of St. Germain pilots. Ron Teroff from Lisbon, Iowa, and David Webster from Monroe, Wisconsin would be the second row. That's what we expect. And I think that's what we're going to get. It's nice when what you're going to get meets your expectations. So Araya is here. She's kind of like, well, Ted Otto, a legendary figure in racing, and certainly here at Eagle River. He'd fly in from California back in the day, maybe not on race day, but so Araya kind of pulling an Otto here. All right, the two St. Germain guys up front, Joe the Show and Tom Stoltman. And green. Now we'll keep an eye on that 44. He had a very good round one. Had some issues then in round two. But so far the 44 looking pretty good. Joe Schneider wasn't really up to speed in round one, but he's looking pretty good now as the day has progressed. Ron Teroff third, and then Tom Stoltman 4 in this 5-lapper. Woo. Yeah, a bit of a berm developing. And it has been there a little bit. Teroff had a little trouble with it, and Stoltman's going to try and get to the inside of him. Joe the Show looking pretty strong. Webster right there behind him, though, as they work through 1 and 2. Stoltman some issues, got up a little high. And more issues, swapping ends. Little 360 performed by the 36. Well, look at here, Dave Webster was tracking, stalking, and away he went to the inside of the 1. Joe going to fight back. But Webster, whatever was bothering that machine in the second round, seems to be fixed. He's looking strong here after winning in round 1. Got by the 1. Might be heading to the win. Trouble for Tom Stoltman in the 36 off the throttle. And he's going to duck it into the paddock here on the last lap. Meanwhile, up front, he stalked him for a bit. Had an opening, jumped, and got it. David Webster goes 2 for 3 in the qualifying rounds. Race 19A will take us up to the track grooming session. So we will see Chris Plasky was a winner in the last round from St. Germain, the 19. Ty Webster, we just saw his uncle claim a win in this round. Ty from Monroe is the 18. Curtis Kurth, back in the 84 from Aquanago. And from St. Germain, the Eagle has landed. There's the 18 of Araya Plasky. Completing the field. So dad in the first position, daughter in the fourth position. Coming in hot and green. Yeah, once the green flies, you can jump on a line. Kurth thought about it, moved to the inside, then gets right in behind the 19. Araya's first lap around the track. Does a nice little 360. Maybe she's wishing she's back in California right now. I don't know. All right, first lap, Chris Plasky. Araya is not afraid to push that throttle to the floor. There she works it through number 4. All right. Up front is her dad, Chris Plasky, with 2 laps in the books. Kurth following Webster. Araya, another 360. Pointed in the right direction. Under the green she goes. Araya, if you're not going to win the show, be the show, you know? All right. Second still up for grabs. Webster there. Kurth giving chase. I think that's the trifecta. White flag ready to fall. One more lap to go. Kurt still following in third spot. Whoa, Ryan going to slide it into the paddock. And that's it. There it is. Chris Plasky will get it. All right. 19A is in the books. So track grooming session coming up. Full groom when we come back. We have round number 3. Final chance for some of these guys that are on the border to get enough lineup points, if you will, to get straight into the final here in our 8th of 9 ProStar Tour events. Everybody else into a last chance qualifier. So that will be 20, 21, and 22. Then we have race 23, the F440 Fan Final. Race 24 will be the Outlaw 600 Final. That will be coming up when we come back out of this plow break.